Welcome to another edition of Psych Wisdom 101. My name's Adam, and today we're going to do goals again because goals is a very important topic. It's something that should be reiterated, repracticed. So if any of this is triggering to you, scroll to the next video if it's helpful. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Give yourself a round of applause for hanging out today. And if you like the video, check out some of the other ones. Let's dive into it. And none of this is license or practice, but it's basic information that you can find anywhere. So goals are very important. Recently, I set the goal of writing this book right here, 150 pages. I did it about 6 months ago. And the book came out, and the idea is that it's been very successful. I don't think it's been the best book out. It's probably not been in the top 100. It's probably not, maybe in the top 1,000 books. That's close to where it'd probably be. But it's been really good, and I've been super excited to say that I completed it. I set the goal of writing the book, then I wrote the book. The book's title is Leveling the Playing Field, and it's by me, Adam U. Rosas. If you'd like a copy, feel free to look it up on Amazon, Leveling the Playing Field by Adam U. Rosas. But the idea is that I set the goal of writing the book. I took every day and I laid a brick. I put down a brick, and each brick I laid, slowly I had a wall, or a book, as another person would say. Every day I wrote a few pages, and then suddenly I had a book. And then, when you think about it like that, when you just say, hey, I'm going to write a few things, I'm going to do a couple of things start to add up slowly. You start to get further and further. And when you think about how important it is to set goals and how to have measured progress to achieve a goal is important. And so when you want to set a goal, you want something that's not too hard, nothing too easy. You want to have something that you work towards that kind of gets harder as you go, but also gets easier because you're getting better at achieving it. And so, when I set my goals, I like to think about SMART sometimes. That's in a good way, a good acronym. It's kind of like just look it up as SMART acronym with SMART goals. It's a way of looking at it. There's a lot of different ways. Um, I tell myself sometimes when I set goals that it's important to think about stuff is not straight lines. So as you're on your way to the goal, you're going to be moving, then you're going to move over here, then you're going to move over here, you're going to move back down here, then you're going to move over here, you're going to move over here, and here's the goal that you're trying to get to, but you finally get to it. So when you set your goals, you may not initially get straight to it. You may not even go forward all the way. You might go forward and back, and then sideways, and a little bit this way, then that way, then back, and then a little forward. Just keep in mind it's like a treasure map. The treasure is at the end, and you got to keep going until you get to that treasure, even if you have to go all over the map. And so, when you set your goals, it's important to set that bar, set stuff that's easily that's could be achieved through steps, or that you know how to get to through a process. So that's goals, and stick around if you want to hear the rest of the video. Otherwise, like, comment, share, subscribe. So to continue on, the video is very important when you set goals, and the reason why is because you have to think about it like a process. And a good story I heard recently was about these two monks and the monks and a horse, or no, the farmer and the horse. So one day there's this farmer and he's working on a farm, and nearby a horse breaks through the fence and gets on his farm, destroys his farm, a bunch of them, and a bunch of farm animals come over. They trample over his farm. They get it all to get back out to the other farm. His farm is destroyed though. So this other farmer says to this farmer, "Hey, why don't you have one of my horses just to make it right?" He said, "Sure." So he takes the horse, goes on his way, starts riding the horse while he gets back to work. Next few months, he's riding the horse while he's doing his work, doing his thing, and gets used to riding it. After a few months, the horse kicks him off and breaks his leg. He's all upset. He's feeling bad. Now he has to go to this village, and the people take him to the village because some people come by and catch him where he's broken leg. They get him to the doctor. The doctor gets him squared away and gets him some meds. Says, "I can't believe this happened. I'm so sorry." He's like, "Maybe, maybe not." But to make it right, he gets some meds and gets back on his way. And so he gets back home, starts getting ready to work on the farm. Gets back to work. He has a broken leg and a cast. He's got to take medicine. His horse is still good, but his farm is almost up to normal. It's been okay. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's not been bad. Maybe it has. Who knows? But the army comes to try and draft him to a war, and he's like, "I got a broken leg. I got a farm that's destroyed. I can't fight in the war right now." And they're like, "Well, you got a point. We can't really have any use for someone who has a broken leg, but we'll be back maybe." So he says, "Okay, thank you." So the whole moral of the story is if he had thought when he had the farm destroyed, or if he had thought when he had the broken leg, like, "Hey, this is horrible. It's not working out," he would have not gotten to the end where the people couldn't draft him. When we set these goals, if we have a bad thing happen and we don't think about how this might work out for the better for us on our way to our goals, then it's hard to consider that. So we have to kind of reconsider our situation. Sometimes bad things start happening and they keep happening and they keep happening, but we have to keep moving forward so that we can get to where we want to. And we have to keep trying to achieve that goal, you know? And so that's the story I like to tell for this one. It's kind of important. It's useful when you're setting goals because lots of times you're going to have bad things happen to you on your way, and if you don't have that perspective, like maybe bad, maybe not, and then eventually you look back like, well, maybe that was a good thing and it just didn't look like it at the moment, but right now it's a good thing now. And so you have to have that perspective when you're setting goals. Recently my brother told me about how he was so proud that I achieved this goal of writing the book. And the book, not too many pages, 150 pages. It's hardcover. It's pretty nice, purple with a nice black, but it's worth it, And the goal, the fact that he told me he's proud that I achieved a goal, that even made it more worth it. To have my brother actually humble himself to tell me how proud he was of me, to have my parents tell me how proud they were that I achieved a goal. A goal that's huge in this day and age that people don't consider it be huge is going to school. And for me, I'm close. I'm close to finishing a bachelor's degree, 2 bachelor's degrees actually. And when I do complete it, I feel like there's going to be some sort of celebration of completing this goal. But this has not been a straight road of going constantly forward. This has been forward, sideways, backwards, a little bit forward, a little backwards, a little sideways, a little bit over here, and I'm close, I'm close, I'm close. Got to step back a little just now, and then boom. But yeah, but that's where we're at right now. So keep pushing forward, keep doing what you can, and if you like this video, if you like the content, please like, comment, and share. Spread the word. If you like other videos, continue on. Check out the other ones. There's lots of good information on this channel. Thank you so much.